This is me, oh, natural.
Is this thing on?
Today is a holiday. It's a public holiday, and everybody loves holiday, me included. Holidays are awesome.
Especially because there's holidays are awesome. Especially when your scenery just falls.
One moment, please. As I was saying, public holidays are awesome. We all love them. I love them, and it's a moment that you can have like a quick rest that is besides your normal weekend, and you love it. That's it. So most Americans and Latin Americans included, because we are all Americans, you know, it's not only you, United States. We celebrate October 12th of different names. Like we have different names in Latin America to specify what happened in this day or what we commemorate more than celebrate. But yes, so it's Columbus Day in America, is Dia de la Raza in some places, and in Venezuela, with a little bit of political hue or anything, is Day of Indigenous Resistance. So it's kind of heavy, that name, but is more specific. Even though I'm totally against the government politics and stuff, I do believe that name is more precise of what we, as I say, commemorate, not celebrate. So today I'm in Spain, as you may know. I'm in Barcelona, and we are also enjoying this public holiday. But we found out that they have another name for this, which is the Spanish Hood. So the Day of Spanish Hood is celebrated, not commemorated, is celebrated, and there's military displays and I don't know, several things that instead of being like celebrating or being a party and stuff, it seems a little bit more like power show off, something like that. So this video is kind of to let you know about that, because most of us, we don't think about this kind of stuff. Like, well, what's up with that? Like, I'm Latin American, but there's been way too much years over when the Spanish came and colonized us all. And what does it mean, colonize? You know, like, whatever. Like, we couldn't care less, I guess. And I do believe that more than just touching sensitivities, because we live also in a current moment where sensitivities are always on. Like, people are, if you are wearing something and then you are culturally appropriating.
Yeah, it's a cultural appropriation, something like that. Is my English wrong?
If you say a joke, then that joke can be sexist, or that joke can be racist, and we may not know, because we are in a moment of changes. Or what we may have found fun before in the past, now it's kind of like, oh, doesn't feel now a little bit wrong? Like, for me, it happens. Like, I was watching a video that is a very popular one, that it was PS3 versus Wii, and there was this thin girl versus fat girl, thin blonde stupid girl versus fat professional not that pretty girl, and it's a really sexist thing that I used to find fun. I used to find funny when I was 16 years old, but now that I'm
Right now, I'm not going to say my age. You already know, if you know me, you already know how old I am.
Now that I'm an adult, it's like, this feels wrong. It feels so wrong. And isn't the same case with this name of the day, you know? Like, I don't mind Columbus Day. Is if you want to honor or remember Columbus, I don't know why you would do that. Like, it's not that you met him, that is actually really a big deal, but well, is that only my opinion? Maybe for you it's totally different. And there's sometimes that people associate these things with emotional things that shouldn't. Okay, this is it's good to celebrate stuff and still remember the changes that we are going through. And I do believe that Spanishhood Day is not an appropriate name, and it's not a celebration. Even for Spanish, shouldn't be a celebration. And I'm sorry, not sorry. I don't know. The thing is that sometimes we pass that through and we say like, oh, you are too intense, you need to chill out, you need to not think about that. And you know what, like I try to be as more chill out, and I try not to speak so openly sometimes about my opinions, because they can really be disregarded or not included for several reasons. I'm a Venezuelan in a Spanish country, so if you don't like it, get the fuck out. Something like that can happen. And it's like, it's not exactly that I should withstand with everything that is put in my dish. Like, definitely Spain is so much better than Venezuela right now, in economical aspects, in political aspects, in every aspect that you can imagine. Yes, you're probably better than us. So this is not me saying that Venezuela is better.
No, whatsoever. That won't happen.
Because I do believe that no country are better than the other actually. Like, it's something different. We have different cultures, we have different ways of perceiving stuff, and I tend to reserve this kind of opinions because there's people that won't take it in a good way. There's always this intimidation that minority has. Like, that's why we can really empathize sometimes with Syrian people or with gay people or even women, because it tends to be a little bit of minorities in relatively a lot of areas. So as we are not that big of a population, like, I don't vote, I have nothing to do with your old politics and laws and everything. If something is going to change for the better in a country, it will be for its citizens, and it will be for their Spanish citizens more than ourselves. So I sometimes feel like, why should a person like me should emit any opinion about that? It's not going to even be heard. I don't know if anyone is going to hear this, but I'm putting this over, and that's it, because I need also to vent out and to vote responsibly. I am not doing this in plan to...
No. Help!
I'm not saying this to point fingers and say which one is correct and which one is not, but I'm just saying something just for you to think a little bit if it's really wrong or if it's right, or if you think that things should change. We live also in a very not empathized world at all. Like, empathy is missing in every aspect, and that is because we fail to put ourselves in the situation of others. And it's easy to take things for granted. Like, I have friends that should in a moment, like, watch this and say like, what do you even bother? Like, you have bigger things to worry about, such as papers, eating, having a place on your own, having money. And believe me, that's all my worries, that's all in my list, and I tend to worry about that too. But I want to take a step forward into also keep doing or thinking or being what I do believe is right. One of those things is maybe that could be not a good name for this specific date. It's like you could have chosen every other date in the calendar and it would be awesome. I do like thankful, at least for my culture, even though that I'm not Spanish. I do believe that Venezuelan people have a lot of things out of Spanish people, and every Latin American, when comes here to Spain, they can also feel it. Like, there's some things that you say like, oh no, you're too much outgoing, or you do this other way, and there's other things that are like, oh, oh, we kind of do the same. Yes, and it feels awesome, that moment of click, you know, like, oh, I say this and you understand because we share the same way of calling one thing. And it's so silly and so stupid, but it's really nice when you are trying to stabilize in a country that is not your own. So, well, anyhow, this video is taking a long. Just to be over with that, like, what do you think? Like, do you think I'm really wrong? It should be the Spanishhood, and we all should celebrate Spanish people's Spanishhood today? Is it really that? Because I will find it like not that quite way. See you next time. I don't know when it's going to be. I have like 2 videos already recorded that I haven't uploaded, but I wanted to upload this one because today is October 12th, and I wanted to take opportunity to voice an opinion. And that's it. We'll see you next time. Bye bye. You are the sun, you are the rain that makes my life this foolish game. You need to know I love you so.